welcome back to the channel. My name is Kim and we are in Mama Bear's garden again today. So today I'm going to be down in Strawberry Hill, getting Strawberry Hill weeded and sorted back out. So with that, guys, I just want to say a huge thank you to those who commented on my last post on how I'm getting things back together and getting things slowly back to what they should be over the next few months. I'm sorry I am a bit slow on the videos as well. A lot's going on in my life, gardening, children, and a new job. But with that, guys, I'm just going to leave it and say thank you to the new subscribers and the old subscribers who have hung around for as long as they have. And this is Strawberry Hill for today. Thanks, guys. Okay, guys, this morning we are getting in here into Strawberry Hill. As you can see, the strawberry plants have started coming back from the winter, and the rhubarb is coming back, and I need to get the big weeds out and give this a bit of a soil top up. And at some stage I might grab some more mulch to go in top of it as well. I don't know what type of mulch yet, but we'll see. But I need to get in here and get this done, get this cleared up. Whether I get to the whippersnipping or not, I don't know. I just hope that there is nothing in the grass today. As you can see, everything is still very, very, very long out here at the moment. I'm working on it. I have my plan set in place, and we will get there eventually. So they are all weeded, these garden beds now. As you can see, this garden bed didn't get filled up when I did Strawberry Hill. Sorry, I just forgot I had the radio on in the car, so to turn that off. So this one never got refilled last year when I did the garden beds. So I'm going to fill that one up, and I'm going to top up some of these beds because they have sunk. And I'm just going to top it up around the plants as I go. And like I said, then I'll probably end up putting some mulch on top of it later. So for those of you who are like me and do a fair bit of the hard yard stuff in the garden yourself, and you need to get the soil from there to there, which is literally like 4 steps, 2 meters. Using a shovel to do that, I would generally end up losing a lot of it on the way there. So what I do is I find myself an old bucket, or a bucket that I don't mind if it breaks doing it, and I use the bucket, and I fill the bucket up to what I can physically carry, and I carry the bucket and dump the bucket in. It's also good for the other beds because you can kind of shake bits of sorry, my neighbours have been doing a lot of cleaning up around their yard the last few days. So you can also use the bucket to fill up around the plants you've already got in there as well. So it makes a really handy, easy, lightweight, easier job than, because there's probably 2 or 3 shovel loads in this bucket. Instead of taking 3 shovel loads, you're taking 1 bucket load. So that's how I sort of do things to make life easier. And the other way I do it, which is what I did up in the other garden bed up at the herb garden, is I used my gorilla cart, and I usually only half fill it because that's about all I can pull. And because it's got a tipper handle on it, I then can just tip it straight into where I want it, or I use a shovel and shovel it into where I want it. But this is way too close to be shoveling into the gorilla cart, so I'm going to use the bucket and do it that way. You don't even need to shovel when you've got a nice little pile. Do the same thing when I'm using the wheelbarrow. I'll tip the wheelbarrow onto the side of the mulch pile and kind of scrape it all down, and then tip the wheelbarrow up. It is a lot easier than shoveling. And I'm going to show you a top up round the garden beds rather than filling up that bed. So you can kind of just sprinkle in little bits where you want it. And then just spread it around. Now these strawberry plants are not going to mind being buried up a little bit because they will just continue growing out of the grass, out of the soil. So this is the kind of thing that you could do. Whoops, that one accidentally got pulled out of the ground. So this is the kind of thing you could do 2 or 3 times during the season if you're trying to refill. Might go the other side. Refill the garden bed. You can just, put a couple of bucket loads in and just doing it. It's also a good way of just keeping your extra soil if you're building up the soil, if it's still a bad soil. There we go. Oop. So besides using one hand, that is a much easier, sorry, we've got flies coming in already. That is a much easier way than moving the bucket. Now, yes, I have buried in my retic and the soaker hose, but soaker hoses are designed for that. Right. I might put one more bucket in there and get on and get the rest of these done. Work smart, not hard, guys. Work smart, not hard. Hi guys, I just wanted to quickly talk to you. Sorry, my fingers are in the way of recording today. I didn't bring my stand down to the garden with me, so we are hand holding the camera. Wanted to quickly, I'm just finding snails, to a rhubarb. That's what I'm trying to talk to you about, is rhubarb. So you can see one of my rhubarb plants here has come back really nicely. Doing really well. My soil is super dry on the top for about a good inch or so down, so it really needs a good watering. There was another rhubarb just here. Over winter here they die off. Same with all the strawberry plants. You can see all of this died off leaves. They do not like the cold. Neither of these plants like the cold. So over the winter months they have died off. Now I know that there was another one here because I planted 2 rhubarbs in each of the bathtubs, and as I was digging around, I found a potato. I don't want the potato growing in here because I'm not going to be digging the potatoes out of here because I don't want to disturb the crowns of the strawberries and rhubarb. So down in here, I thought that maybe this rhubarb wasn't going to come back, but as I was digging around, hopefully you'll be able to see this here. This is the rhubarb crown, and it is just starting to get some little green branches coming off it here. So this little crown, he's just not quite up to date as the other one. He did have a lot of weeds around him, so he was probably being a bit shaded out and didn't realize that it was time to start growing. So I'm going to leave him buried in there, and he too within the next probably 2 or 3 days will start to pop through the ground and start growing me more rhubarb for the year. Last year I kind of didn't get onto the rhubarb harvesting like a lot of you would know. I'm only just coming back onto the channel at the moment because I've had injuries, time away, almost just about a full year I've been out of putting new videos up, and thank you guys for hanging around, and new subscribers keep coming in. I'm gonna get this thing out of my bed. So we are hopefully going to get my garden back up and running to the way it should, and all of the new things that I want to start happening this year. But as you can see, it is going to be a huge mammoth task for me, and with a hand that doesn't quite work properly still, it is going to be a slow process, and it's something I've had to come to terms with over the time as well. So you can see this little rhubarb plant here, same thing with him. He's still covered up by weed, so he didn't quite get the message early enough in the story, but you can see he's coming through there as well. So I still have those two rhubarbs. There's two rhubarbs. I will have those two rhubarbs, and I don't know what's happening with the one in this garden bed here. Oh no, it is coming up as well. So I will have all my rhubarb plants come back up, and that's just what they do. They die off over winter, and then they come back in summer. So the ones on this side have come up first because the sun comes from that direction, so they've gotten all the nice hot full days, and these ones haven't realized yet that it is time to come up, so they're a little bit behind, but it just means I'll wait a little bit longer and I'll get harvest off these couple that are growing, and then those ones a little bit later. Righty ho guys, I've been out here since about 9 o'clock. It's now about 11, just after 11, so that's 2 hours. That sounds like a lot to some of you, but like I said, I still have a hand that doesn't work. I am super unfit, so you will probably in the first lot of these videos hear me puffing and puffing, because that's what I do, because I'm super unfit. But everything now is weeded. I have topped up the soil, and I do think that I'm going to need to grab some more strawberry plants this year. These ones in here, when I weeded, they actually popped straight out of the ground. The whole crown dropped come out of the ground, so I don't know if the bugs have eaten the roots off it, or if that's just because they haven't started growing properly yet. But I think I'm going to need to top this one up. This one's not too bad. I think that we'll get quite a few out of there. Obviously I'm going to need some for this one. Whether I put rhubarb in there or I just fill it with strawberries, I don't know yet, or unless I find something else that I can put in there with the strawberries. We'll see. This one's pretty good for strawberry plants, so it'll be pretty much, and this one as well, so it'll be pretty much getting this one with strawberry plants in it and topping that last one up. That one would have had the full brunt of all of the frosts that we get through winter and the really cold weather. These guys are a little more protected because they're closer to the tanks and everything else here, so they don't get it as much. That's my belief anyway. That's my understanding of why some beds are better than other beds, and some area of my garden are better than others because of its location and to infrastructure and trees and what have you. So this is pretty much done except for the whippersnippering. My hand only deals with a few hours at a time these days, so that's probably about it. I still have a heap of soil left over. I'm going to just leave it in the trailer for now, and I'm going to I'm just going to park the trailer up there because I'm going to need my vehicle. So I'm going to need my vehicle tomorrow to get to work. So I'm just going to pack up. Grab something to eat because I still haven't had my breakfast, and then I'll probably go inside and work on some stuff inside. I'm really starting to feel the sun. It's only 22 or 23 degrees out here today, but it's the first week of really warm weather, and you do really feel it. I have got sunscreen on and a hat, but you guys just remember the first week is really always the hottest feel, because you're just not used to it. You're used to being snuggly and warm in your house. So that is me for today, and we will get some more done slowly, but we will get it done and get it back up and running.